Okay, here we have a picture of a field, and this is what I'm going to use to demonstrate the idea of compression and foreshortening. Now you see the rows closest to us, and just take like the first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. You can see grass in between. You can see this, kind of the size of the rows, but I'll give you a side shot in a minute. And what you're going to notice is the back part of the field is a whole lot of rows, and they're compressed into a very small space. I can't count them. So anyhow, that's foreshortening, that's compression. I call it angular compression, which is a result of the angle you're looking at over the field. Now, if I would have went lower, it would have compressed that background even more. So this is what we see on the oceans too, with the waves. So as they compress in the background, farther away because the angle becomes insufficient over the surface, eventually it will just form a line. We call it the horizon. I call it the vanishing zone. It's where you can no longer see detail on the surface. There's just not enough angle over or in between, or even the angular size of. Just think of these rows that you see going across as waves. What these rows are actually, they're called borders. It's for irrigation purposes. They're all the same size, width. Well, here we have the width of the rows. This is a side view. Notice several things here. First of all, you see how wide they are. They're all the same width. Those are borders to control the irrigation flow down the field. Now, these fields are leveled. They might have just a tiny, slight slope, but you don't really need one as long as it's level and you have borders. But it'll push the water down the other end, and then it'll reach a channel and drain out the other side of the field. And here we have another angle on, and you can kind of see how the background foreshortens. The rows compress into smaller and smaller space. Same thing you'd see on the ocean with the waves. It compresses more with distance as your angle over the surface becomes more acute, which is what happens in the distance, or as you move away. Well, I'm doing a little drive-by here, but notice how all the angles change as I pass by. Rows that are slanting in now are straight away, then they slant the other way. I keep adjusting to my movement. All the foreshortening in the distance, all the lines appearing to slant inward towards each other. This is all perspective. But the foreshortening is why we have horizons. I know the globies claim we can't have horizons on a flat Earth, but this is exactly the reason why you do.